Good afternoon, and welcome to St. Michael's Choir School. My name is Linton Soares, and I am the principal here at St. Michael's Choir School. With me is Stephen Handrigan, the executive director of the Choral Institute. We are pleased that so many of you could join us today, despite the inclement weather. This includes representatives from the Government of Ontario, the Archdiocese of Toronto, the Toronto Catholic District School Board, the Choral Institute, the Cathedral, our SMCS Advisory Board, our volunteers, our Parent Council, and of course, the number of our students present here today. In particular, we extend a warm welcome to the following special guests: the Honorable Indira Naidoo-Harris, Minister of Education and Minister responsible for early years and childcare. There you go, Minister. Thank you, Minister. The Honorable Daiene Vernile, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport. Minister Vernile. The Honorable Charles Sousa, Minister of Finance. Bishop Robert Kasun, Auxiliary Bishop, Archdiocese of Toronto. TCDSB Director of Education, Mr. Rory McGuckin. Our Trustee for Ward 9, Joanne Davis. And unfortunately, the Chair of our Board, Barbara Polgowski, is unable to attend as she's under the weather today, so she sends her regrets. So welcome everybody today.
I would invite you to turn your attention to the students behind me. This is our junior choir, students in grade 5 and 6, under the direction of Maria Conkey and accompanist William O'Mara. They will be singing Bless the Lord, O My Soul, composed by Ruth Watson Henderson, and I Will Sing with the Spirit, composed by John Rutter. Please welcome our junior choir.
Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within
Gentlemen, thank you for your beautiful performance. This was but a small taste of the incredible breadth of talent that exists here at St. Michael's Choir School. These students travel from across the city and the Greater Toronto area because their families want their children to enjoy an education that is transformative, challenging, and inspiring. They want to see their children excel in academics while also honing their musical talents and nurturing their faith and appreciation for history and tradition.
St. Michael's Choir School was founded in 1937 by Father John Edward Ronan to facilitate the training of a boys' choir for St. Michael's Cathedral. On May 17, 1955, St. Michael's Choir School was given an affiliation with the Pontifical Institute of Sacred Music in Rome. Only 6 other choirs and choir schools in the world share this privilege. In 1987, the choir school completed an astounding 50 years of service, and in recognition of this milestone, then-Mayor Art Eglinton declared June 15, 1987, as official St. Michael's Choir School Day.
We continue to appreciate the ongoing support of the Toronto Catholic District School Board. At this time, I would like to invite our Director of Education, Roy McGuckin, to come forward and bring greetings. Mr. McGuckin.
Thank you, Linton and Stephen. And before I begin, the one word that comes to my mind is hallelujah, and very much inspired by the young men behind me. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a tremendous honor to be present in such distinguished company here today and to be able to spend time with these talented students who has provided us with such beautiful and inspiring music to begin this ceremony. I want to acknowledge, first and foremost, the dedication of our local trustee, Joanne Davis, for the countless hours she has spent with this school community, leading to one of the reasons why we're gathered here today. Joanne, congratulations and thank you. And while I am a product of the MSSB, Toronto Catholic District School Board, many years ago, I did not have the honor, or quite frankly, the ability to be part of St. Michael Choir School. But I have personally attended both masses and school concerts in which they have graced us with their exemplary and beautiful voices. It truly is a wonderful experience, and this is just a small microcosm of what we have heard in the past. St. Michael's Choir School is truly one of a kind, not just for our board, but I believe it's the only school of its kind in Canada. It is a brilliant combination of academic and artistic excellence. Fittingly, our current pastoral plan is entitled Together with One Voice. And from what we've heard this morning, it's clear how magical the voices can be in pulling us together in our particular faith. As we move through our 3-year plan, we focus on family, parish, and school, and we've seen wonderful examples of the close bonds that are nurtured among our parents, our parishes, our pastors, and our school communities. And truly, there is no better example of this than right here at the choir school, where the talented students provide the music for masses at St. Michael's Cathedral Basilica. Both the school and the cathedral are steeped in a rich and shared history. And with that, it is my pleasure to invite our new Minister of Tourism, Cultural and Sport, the Honourable Daiene Vernile, to come forward and say a few words. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here at St. Michael's this afternoon, and wow, that was awesome, boys. How many of you think you're going to be the next Justin Timberlake? Anyone? Right there, okay. And as I was listening, I said to myself, well, have they cut a CD? Because if they have, I would get that CD. And on my desk, or rather my chair here, here's what I found. So they have. And if you don't have one of these, I encourage you to get one. So that's a plug for you, okay? Good stuff. So I want to begin by noting that Toronto is located on the traditional territory of Indigenous peoples dating back many generations, and we show our respect for their contributions and recognize the role of treaty making in what is now Ontario. This afternoon, we are celebrating the wonderful St. Michael's Choir School. St. Mike's is an excellent example of what can be achieved when we combine music development with academic achievement. Your voices are incredible and very much sought after, from performances in St. Michael's Cathedral right across the street to the historic and vibrant Massey Hall. Your talent and skill cannot be matched. Music education not only fosters a love of music and sets students on a course to master the craft, but it also helps to build communities by promoting cultural engagement and expression. And I will share with the students behind me that I wasn't much older than you when I had the opportunity at my school to study the violin. This was in North End, Toronto. My parents were impoverished Italian immigrants, and there's no way that they could have afforded to send me to violin lessons. But lo and behold, at my public school, they offered band and string instruments, and I saw that violin, and I knew I was in love. And starting in grade 7 and moving forward through junior high and then into high school, I played the violin. In fact, by the time I got to high school, that music class was really the only reason why I wanted to go to school. So it was a love affair where I developed an appreciation for music and the arts, and really so important to the development of young people. Fueling the arts is absolutely critical and is a key pillar of what my ministry stands for. Our government, under the leadership of our Premier Kathleen Wynne, is committed to ensuring that students across the province have the resources that they need to be the best that they can be. Not long ago, we asked Ontarians for their ideas and their input on how we can boost government support for the arts and for culture. And those responses have helped us to form what is Ontario's very first culture strategy. So, what's in this strategy? Well, we heard that when it comes to arts education, that people want more of it. To help students succeed, we have created school curriculums that provide a foundation for an appreciation for arts and culture. We also created the Pathways to Success program for high school students who want to build successful careers in the arts. Today, we continue to invest in the success of our students. And I want to say, too, that for me, it wasn't just about music, but I was having a hard time in math class around that time in grade 7. And when I began to study music, which is quarter notes, half notes, and so on, suddenly I understood fractions and decimals. I also understood teamwork and perseverance. So there's so many other lessons that you learn when you're studying music. Well, on that note, let me say that I am pleased to introduce my colleague, Ontario's Minister of Education, Indira Naidoo-Harris. Indira. There you go.
Thank you, Diane, for that lovely introduction, and a big thank you to Principal Soares and Stephen Handrigan for that warm welcome that we had earlier today. Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour, bonjour, Annie. I cannot tell you how pleased I am to be here with you all today for this very special announcement. Je suis heureuse d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui. What a wonderful performance. Wow. You guys are amazing. There's no question that the St. Michael's Choir is an extremely talented, special group of young people. So thank you. Thank you for lifting us up today with your wonderful, beautiful voices. We will carry your unforgettable sound with us everywhere we go today. And I want you to know that I mean that. We will be remembering just this special moment that we all shared today here at St. Michael's. I also want to say, you're all doing a fantastic job. You know, they were standing back there in their suits, looking so smart and so amazing. And I know it's not easy, so thank you for doing that too. I too would like to acknowledge that Toronto is located on the traditional territory of many Indigenous peoples going back countless generations, and I too want to show my respect for the contributions they have made in making this Ontario and Canada. There are a number of people here today who have been a vital part of today's important announcement, and I want to thank you all for being here with us today. First of all, of course, thank you to Minister Vernile, the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport, and thank you to Minister Sousa, the Minister of Finance, for joining us here today. I'd also like to say and acknowledge a big thank you to Bishop Kasun, who is here with us today and really greeted us so warmly. It is really an honor to be here and to be here with all of you today. But a big thank you has to go to the students, the teachers, and the staff right here at St. Michael's Choir School for hosting us today and the Toronto Catholic District School Board. You know, when people like us come along and we want to make an announcement, I know it creates all kinds of chaos behind the scenes. And certainly on a day like today with the snow and traveling and so on. So I just want you to know that this is very much appreciated by all of us. I also want you to know that standing here in this room, I can actually feel the community spirit. There is a spirit here that you all bring to this room and bring to this school. And the educational excellence that characterizes St. Michael's Choir School is a result of all of you. It's the people who are here and who make this school so enriched and so amazing. So thank you to all of you. You know, as Minister Vernile said, music lifts us up. When we're feeling low, it lifts us up. It takes us to far-off places without ever having to travel or leave our places and our living rooms. And it absolutely feeds our soul. And music education is a fundamental part of learning. In fact, research shows that music helps the brain process words. It helps us with conversation when we're growing up. It plays an important part in a child's path to learning. I personally know this in a very real way because my husband is a linguist. And so from day one when our kids were born, one of the things that we did was made sure that we played classical music to them early on, because it helps to build those important pathways in the brain. And it really is an amazing tool when it comes to learning and education. Music training helps students learn to read. Music training helps students become more creative. And music training helps kids reach their full potential. So, it is with this in mind that it is my great pleasure today to announce that our government is making an investment of over $11 million. We're partnering with the Toronto Catholic District School Board and the Roman Catholic Episcopal Corporation to rebuild St. Michael's Choir School. And we recognize the importance of the school's link to the historic St. Michael's Cathedral Basilica. That's why this site will continue to operate as a vital community hub, a component of what is so important to this part of the community right here in Toronto. This investment will enable St. Michael's Choir School to provide these students with state-of-the-art learning spaces to deliver their renowned music program. So important. You know, I can't stress enough the positive impact the arts can have on our students, the positive impact the arts can have on our community, and the positive impact that the arts can have on all of us, our overall well-being, whether it's through music, through dance, or through art. arts and cultural experiences support lifelong learning and help develop the talent and skills of our young people. So important. As the Minister of Education, my goal is to make sure Ontario is not simply the best education system in the world, but the best education system for the world. And no question, music is a big part of our global world. I know today's important investment wouldn't be possible without partners. Life is about partnerships, and it is so important right here with this particular investment in community, like the Toronto Catholic District School Board and the Roman Catholic Episcopal Corporation. We are proud that together we are supporting this important project with you. Thank you for your passion, thank you for your hard work, and thank you for your vision, all of you. I'd also like to thank the parents and the students of St. Michael's Choir School, who have been using their strong voices to be strong advocates for their community and to really give their children the support that they need to reach their full potential. I know we all share a belief that education is the cornerstone of our society, and I know that in a very real way in my own life. So, we must continue to ensure our students develop the skills they need to reach their full potential and be productive, contributing, thinking, kind, generous members of society. Again, a big thank you to Principal Soares and the teachers, staff, and parents here, along with the Toronto Catholic District School Board and the Archdiocese of Toronto for hosting this wonderful event and for adding your support and your voices to this very important project. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech. I'd now, thank you. I now have the pleasure of inviting a very good friend and colleague and someone who I've known for years, the Minister of Finance. Now, I want to tell you something about the Minister of Finance. He carries a huge portfolio, but what I really want you to know is that he is an amazing, generous, kind man. And it's not just the portfolio that makes him special. It really is who he is. And so it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce and invite up here today the Minister of Finance, Charles Sousa.
Was that your remarks?
No, they're yours. They're yours. Thank you. Thank you, Indira. I gave her $20 for that. And I'll send it as a donation to the Basilica. Don't worry. Thank you for the introduction. And I'd like to begin by quoting a great educator, Dumbledore from Hogsworth. And he said this, music, a magic beyond all we do here. And I want to thank these young men behind me, standing at attention, for sharing their magic of music, an expression of compassion and care. This love of music, this caring, goes beyond these very walls. But these walls are essential for the foundation of learning. And I congratulate the principal and the teachers, their passion, their dedication to our students as well. So good afternoon. Pleased to be here to be part of this announcement, a strategic investment in Ontario's future. Part of our $190 billion in infrastructure investment over 13 years, the largest investment in our province's history. This investment will provide greater opportunities for many Ontarians, for the students from diverse backgrounds who are attracted to the school for its strong academics and its world-renowned music program. We're lucky to have this globally recognized school within Ontario's public school system. I thank the Roman Catholic Episcopal Corporation for their investments in this project to ensure that the students of St. Michael's Choir continue to receive the best education. And to open the new space to the public, especially, for further strengthening our community. His Eminence approached me a couple of years ago, enthusiastic about the transformation of the entire location and the Basilica. And he reinforced, as did many in this room, about the need to modernize this school. For over 80 years, St. Michael's Choir has provided our students with the very best academic and musical education. With this critical investment, the school's extraordinary legacy will continue, and many more students will benefit, and they'll prosper. And I've come to know a few of them who have been through this program and are doing extremely well and are giving back to our community. And someday, these young men behind me will sport the blue jackets, and a few of them will be baritones. And they'll too will give back generously to our community. So I want to thank the board, the trustee, the Archdiocese, my ministry colleagues, and many individuals who are behind the scenes who worked very hard to maneuver this investment for the benefit of us all. This collaboration will foster greater outcomes, and I'm extremely pleased by everyone's contribution to make it happen. I'm especially pleased by the Archdiocese, and it gives me great pleasure to call upon Bishop Robert Kasun, our auxiliary bishop from the Archdiocese of Toronto, to also say a few words. And to you and the Archdiocese, I thank you. Thank you for what you do to our community, for our students, and what you continue to do for so many others in Toronto and throughout Ontario. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations on this announcement.
Thank you, Minister Sousa. It's wonderful to be here, everyone. Wow, did you hear it? Over $11 million. Now, what do you think, guys? How much will each of you get? Well, you won't get a check, but you will get a beautiful new school, and we can certainly be proud of that. So, boys, I hope you know that you are a credit to our church, to our city, our country, to the Catholic School District, and to your families as well. Cardinal Thomas Collins, the Archbishop of Toronto, had hoped to be here for this ceremony this afternoon, but he was called to Rome for meetings for this past week. And as he would say, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. So he sends his regards and gratitude on this wonderful occasion of the announcement of our provincial government. Just a few years ago, the boys of St. Michael's Choir School had an opportunity to sing for Pope Francis in the Vatican. And that was just one example, I think, of their role as student leaders and international ambassadors for our city, for our church, our province, and country. St. Michael's Choir School holds a significant place in the history of the Archdiocese of Toronto and the Toronto Catholic District School Board. Ours is a unique partnership and one that we will continue to nurture for many years to come. The boys educated at this school have shared the joy of music and the gift of music with so many across the country and around the world. And they also do that each week at our own beloved St. Michael's Cathedral Basilica. And many have gone on in their own lives to enhance their own musical careers, whether it be in full-time performance or whether it be in music leadership in the many parishes across the Archdiocese. Today, we very much appreciate the government support announced today that will help to build a new St. Michael's Choir School ensuring that the legacy of the past is preserved and that a strong future in a new facility can now be envisioned. So to all those who have played a part in bringing about the joy of this day, to the school community, we're most grateful. To the teachers, the parents, students, administrators who have demonstrated a long-time commitment each day to the advancement of this school and its mission. So thanks to everyone for what you have done and continue to do. So once again, on behalf of the Archdiocese of Toronto, our gratitude to the provincial government and to the Catholic District School Board who've worked together in partnership to bring about today's reality. And finally, it is my privilege and pleasure now to introduce school trustee Joanne Davis, who is the trustee for Ward 9 for the area where we are right now, including St. Michael's Choir School. So please welcome Trustee Joanne Davis.
First, I just want to say, boys, sit down. Feel free to sit down, please. I know you've been standing for a long time. Okay. Listen to someone else. They will tell you you can sit down. There we go. Boy, you guys are really good, aren't you? What a wonderful afternoon, and what incredible news for the students and staff of St. Michael's Choir School. I believe I can speak for all of us, my fellow trustees, the staff, the students, and their families who are here today, when I say how grateful we are to hear that a new St. Michael's Choir School will be a reality. Our thanks to all the supporters throughout Toronto and beyond who have advocated so tirelessly for a new school for the last several years. Our thanks to board staff. In particular, thank you to the recently retired Angelo San Giorgio, our Associate Director of Strategic Planning, who couldn't be here with us today, but was a big part of today. Special thanks to the families who are here today, the parents, and to their students for their patience and their fortitude. I think it's appropriate that this is a joint Minister of Culture and Education announcement, given the global reputation of the choir school and its iconic place in Toronto's choral community. You may not know this, but the annual Choir School Christmas Concert is the longest-running show at Massey Hall. This is a school community with deep roots in this local community, whether that's serving at the cathedral, performing at Massey Hall, or providing outreach to those in need, or bringing a smile to the face of patients at St. Michael's Hospital. All students across Ontario in our publicly funded schools deserve school facilities that provide them with access to a wide range of opportunities that they might not otherwise be given, whether those be academic, athletic, artistic, or cultural. Now, through the combined efforts of those here today, we will finally see this dream for the students of St. Michael's Choir School become a reality. So on behalf of the TCDSB, the students and staff of the choir school, today and tomorrow, I'd like to thank you for coming and celebrating with us here today. And most importantly, we thank you for recognizing the cultural, historic, and educational value of the choir school. This investment in the future of our students is money well spent. And I'd now like to invite our ministers back up here to answer any questions that you may have.
An amazing announcement. Are there any questions?
I know there was some media. I'm not sure if that was what it was for.
Okay, well, on that note,
That's even better.
it's great to be here, and it's been a wonderful announcement for sure.
Congratulations, everyone, and especially, again, to the board and so many of you who are sitting behind. I know that I see a lot of parents here as well, but there was a lot of work that was brought into this, and I want to thank everyone for doing their part. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.